Okay, here we go. Um, all right, where am I here? I'm going to share that. Why? Okay. Can you see a screen that says virtual college exploration?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, welcome to all New Jersey students, parents, and counselors. Thank you for attending our virtual college exploration. Just a few things before we start. How do you ask questions? Well, the only way you're going to ask questions is to use the Q&A button. Okay, Isaac is going to be there to talk to you and answer any questions if he can get to them during the presentation. Your camera and your microphone are off, so you can't speak with him directly, but certainly if you put a question into the Q&A section, he will be able to talk to you. Please don't forget to look at NJACAC.org/virtual to get to more different presentations. Different colleges will be up there, different universities. And this recording for Clarion will be available within the week at you on njacac.org/virtual. Have a great night. Thank you. It's all yours.
Thanks so much. And thank you guys for participating tonight. Really appreciate you guys taking the time out to meet with me this evening. Again, my name's Isaac Leonard, Assistant Director of Admissions and Multicultural Recruitment at Clarion. A little bit about myself, just so you know who you're with tonight. I am also alumni of Clarion. I graduated back in 2011, so very proud alumni of the university as well. I am originally from right outside of the Philadelphia area, so I'm from out east, and most of my family is actually from the New Jersey area. So very happy to be with you guys today. I'm going to go through a presentation that shouldn't take longer than about a half hour. After that, I can answer any questions in the chat box. If you're like me and you feel like you're going to forget your question while I'm talking, you could put it in there, and I'll be sure to answer them. Like I said, at the end of the presentation, as well as any questions will be sent to me through StriveScan, so I can always email you later if we don't get to it tonight. But we're going to get started so we can hopefully cover everything. Again, thank you guys so much for participating. So with Clarion, where we always like to start. So Clarion University, we're one of the 14 state schools of Pennsylvania. So, we're further out west. We're about an hour and a half north of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, hour and a half south of Erie, right in the middle on I-80 interstate. So Western Pennsylvania for sure. But it's where we always like to start talking about our university is the town. Clarion, PA is a true college town. But with that, I think it really does create an excellent environment for our students, not only to go to school at Clarion, but to become members of the community as well. When I was at Clarion, it definitely became my home away from home. Like I said, being from Philly, it was very different than my hometown. However, it really grew on me over time. It's still a place that I appreciate now. I live only a couple blocks away from campus at the moment. So what I like about it is all your necessities are right here in Clarion. So you don't have to drive 45 minutes, an hour to get to really anything. Everything is right there in town. So even though we are in a small Western PA town, everything you need is right there. On Main Street, which is like our downtown area, that is literally a block away from campus. It runs through the bottom part of campus. So on Main Street, you have fast food places like McDonald's, Wendy's, Subway, Domino's, some great local mom and pop places, specialty stores, CVS, fast food, gas stations, churches, a park, gas stations, all that stuff is right on Main Street. The part that's on campus of Main Street, we have our university bookstore, our university movie theater, which shows newer movies on the weekends for students for free, which is really nice. And then our university Starbucks is also on Main Street on campus. So all that is right there. Again, you can walk to all that stuff. And then not even a 5-minute drive up the road, you have where Walmart is, and you could pretty much get anything else you need at Walmart. But there's also some other places up there like JCPenney, GameStop, Dollar Tree, Sally's Beauty Supply, Applebee's, Perkins, a few more fast food places, all that right in town. Aldi's as well. So anything you need, like I said, is right here. And then our closest city is Pittsburgh, so it's not necessarily in our backyard, but it's only about an hour and 20 away, hour and a half, like I said. So we do utilize the city for different things, different resources. We have some university organizations that will sponsor trips down that way. Some of our students will just go down on their own accord, whether it's for, a game or a festival or a concert that's coming through town. So it's not far. And then the area right outside Clarion is a very outdoorsy area. So if you're into hiking, biking, canoeing, kayaking, or always wanted to try it, definitely encourage you to do that, because we have a lot of great recreational activities to take advantage of here in the area, especially this time of year with the leaves changing. It's beautiful. We're only about 20 minutes away from Cook Forest, which is named one of the top parks in PA as well. So a lot of great things to see. And if you're a shopper, we're only about 45 minutes away from Grove City outlets. So if you ever need doing heavy duty shopping, that's not too far as well. So again, a really nice area for our students to live. I did want to mention with the transportation piece, you can have a car on campus as a freshman. It's $150 to park on campus. So good news for you guys. If you are looking to get a car or beg for a car for, your birthday this year or whatever, you can have a car on campus as a freshman. If you don't have a vehicle though, you can still easily get around with our campus shuttle. It goes around campus every half hour, and it goes around up to the Walmart community area every hour. So still easy to get around. Of course, when talking about the community and campus, we always talk about safety. That's a very important thing to Clarion, that our students and staff and everyone involved with the campus community remain safe. And we have a lot of different ways we do that. The area of Clarion itself is a very safe town. We've constantly been named one of the safest college towns in the state, as well as nationally. We've been recognized for that. So very proud of that. When it comes to campus, one of our biggest initiatives to keep our students safe is, of course, our campus police force. They patrol campus 365 days a year, 24/7. So they are always on campus, making sure that everyone is good to go. They are also one of 6 university accredited campus police forces in the state of Pennsylvania. So they're trained by the same people that train the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh police. All our residence halls are locked 24/7. You need your key card to get inside of your building, and then obviously it's programmed differently to get inside your room. We have emergency call boxes all around campus. Anywhere you are on campus, you are in line of sight of one. They are really like a faster version than 911. You press it if you ever feel uncomfortable in a situation. Public safety will be with you with about 30 seconds to a minute is their regulation. And then lastly, we have our Eagle Alert system. That is a text message system that students are automatically signed up for. Families can sign up for it if they choose to. But basically, you are notified right away if something does ever happen on campus that you need to be aware of to make sure that everyone is good to go. That is really nice for students coming from a little further away, like you all will be, because your families will not be getting much breaking Clarion news out in New Jersey. So that way you are notified right away. I will tell you, mostly it is like possibly a tornado warning, or there was a deer that got too close to campus, but that's really all you ever get the notifications for. But it is nice to have just in case, anything does ever happen. But like I said, it's a very safe area, safe campus. Talking a little bit more about the campus, with our size. So we have about 4,500 students at Clarion. We are on the lower end of a medium-sized school. We also have a couple branch campuses, one in Venango, which houses a lot of our 2-year programs, like our ASN 2-year nursing program, our 2-year rehab science program, some great certificate programs as well. And then we do have another 2-year nursing program out in Somerset, PA as well, at a hospital there. But on main campus, we have about 4,500 students at our campus in Clarion, PA. Average class size 25, and our student to faculty ratio is 16:1. So one thing I really enjoyed about it, and you'll hear me kind of repeat myself saying that because I had a good experience at Clarion, but as a student there, the size really is beneficial when it comes to learning and academics. You really get that personalized attention in and outside the classroom from professors, staff, faculty, everybody kind of involved. It's very student-centered, and I know that's kind of cliche to say in college, but it is something that I actually felt while I was a student at Clarion. Oftentimes I did feel like it was because I was paying thousands of dollars a year. It's like, well, they should act like they like me and care about me. But it really is the general consensus on campus. I've been in closed door meetings. I've met I've gotten to know a lot of the professors outside of work, and working on different committees on campus, and it is really all about the student, and that's why they do what they do, and you'll feel that as a student at Clarion. They're very accessible as well. Our professors, they are required to have at least 10 hours a week of open door office policy. So if you ever need extra assistance, or if you're struggling in a class, or just even want to introduce yourself at the beginning of the semester, you can go to your professor during those times and get that assistance or help that you need. A lot of the professors will go above and beyond that and will kind of help you out whenever they're available. Our classes are only taught by professors, so we don't have a grad assistants or TAs teaching classes. It's all professor taught. So again, you'll naturally develop those relationships with your professors where they'll get to know you by name, and you'll get to know them, especially with the ones within your program. You will each have a faculty advisor as well, somebody from your department who's going to be with you with scheduling, because that can kind of be a confusing process for a lot of people. So it's just another level of support to make sure that you're getting all your classes in the semester you're supposed to get them. That way everybody is able to graduate when they're supposed to graduate. So they kind of keep you on track with that, your faculty advisor. If you're undecided, you will have an advisor that specifically works with undecided students to help you not only with scheduling, but also to help you pick a major or find a major that works for you. And lastly, with our class size, again, 25, you will have some gen eds that might be a little bit larger, but still a lot of those, our class sizes are pretty small. About 84% of our classes are 40 students or less. So even our gen eds are going to be pretty small compared to some other schools. So stepping out of the classroom for a little bit, some of the fun stuff at Clarion, and this is one of the ways to have fun, one of the major ways to have fun is getting involved in some of our great student organizations. And we have something pretty much for anyone's vibe, anybody's interest. We have 140 plus organizations on any given year. And I know that sounds like a lot, and you're like, how am I going to navigate all of that? We have an activities day, usually the second or third day of the semester, where they're all set up kind of like a college fair. And you get to walk around and meet the different presidents and organizational leaders, and find, kind of figure out which ones you're most interested in, or just take all the information and kind of go through it on your own to figure out which ones are, pique your interest. But our organizations cover pretty much any area, from academic groups, so for specific majors, social organizations, multicultural groups, political organizations, student senate, newspaper, theater group. You don't have to be a theater major to do that type of stuff. Our TV station, radio station, we have choirs, marching bands, a cappella groups, dance teams, step teams, ROTC. We have Greek life as well, religious organizations. So again, there's a lot to join. And if we don't have a group that you're interested in, it's not too hard to start your own. We've had plenty of students that have done that. Some of my friends, when I was a student at Clarion, like I said, was many years ago, but they started organizations while they were here, and those organizations are still here to this day, which I think is kind of a cool thing to leave behind once you graduate. For that, you just need 7 people, a constitution, you present it to Student Senate, and then if it's approved, you have a budget and you start your own group. Our largest student organization is our University Activities Board. They are in charge of a lot of our fun, free events on campus, which are going to be 2 very important words to you in college, fun and free. And they make sure that you guys have a good time, especially on weekends. They do something called EFSN. It's every Friday, Saturday night. It also includes Thursday. And basically they have something going on. So they have laser tag events, they have barbecues, they have concerts, they have comedy shows, fashion shows, drag shows. They do craft series where they, you make something. They do slip and slides when it's warm out, obviously. So they do a lot of fun things throughout the year. Their biggest event is probably Campus Fest, which is our big campus concert in the spring. We've had everyone from Kesha to Scotty McCreery, Sam Hunt, Mac Miller, Wiz Khalifa, Nelly, T-Pain, all type of people have come here for that. So there's a lot of fun things to do on campus with our different organizations, and a lot to get involved with and join. If you are interested in athletics, we have a lot of intramurals and club sports to join. So if you're not too sure about doing a Division II sport with our athletic teams, you can always do intramural or a club sport just to stay active or just for fun. Far as the intramurals, we offer 25 a semester, 50 a year. So there's a wide variety of intramurals to be a part of. They range from Xbox tournaments to volleyball. So there's something for everyone with our intramurals. And then, of course, we have our 13 club sports, which include our nationally competitive equestrian team. We have men and women's rugby. We have inline hockey. There's flag ultimate frisbee for club sports. So those are a little bit competitive where they actually go and verse other teams, but a lot to participate in. A lot of our intramurals take place in our rec center, which you'll see some of the pictures down there. And it's a great place to not only play intramurals, but also to stay active and get a good workout in on campus as well. So, and then if you are interested in being a part of one of our NCAA sports, we have Division II as well as Division I. We have Division I men's wrestling. All our other sports, men and women's sports, are Division II. They're listed up at the top. Hopefully you can get a good view of those. A great place to start if you are interested in talking to a coach is going to our athletics webpage. It's just clarion.edu/athletics, and then filling out a recruit me form. And then that way you can start that conversation with coaches and get the ball rolling when it comes to joining one of our teams. We've had some great alumni from Clarion, like Coach Calipari, the Kentucky basketball coach, as well as the Olympic wrestler Kurt Angle. And then lastly with sports, and this is for anybody, is our athletic facility. We just did a $43 million renovation to our gymnasium. So it is an awesome building to catch a basketball game or a volleyball tournament or a swim meet. And for any student on campus, you can go to our athletic events for free. You don't have to pay. It's not a lottery. You get to go to all those things for free just being a student at Clarion. So it's always cool to check out a game at some point. So with campus, a little bit more about the fun stuff is obviously living here. And as a freshman, you have a lot of great options and a lot of nice options, to be honest with you. We are all suite style housing now, so we don't have any more of the traditional dorms with the cinder block walls and shared bathrooms with the entire floor. All that is gone. The oldest place you would live on campus was only open in 2009. And if you think about college buildings, that's still relatively new. And as a freshman, you have the option between 5 different room styles. And you'll see the room floor plans in the picture below. And I promise I can count that shared semi-suite option. You can actually live in that completely by yourself. So as you can see, there's options for different needs or wants or desires. So if you really want to live by yourself, again, you can live in that shared semi-suite completely alone. If you want some privacy, but you still want to have a roommate or a suite mate, you could live in the private semi-suite where you would have your own bedroom, but you share a bathroom and a common area with another person who has their own bedroom. The Hilltop suites have a living room option, so they come with like a couch and all that. You just pretty much, a lot of students add a television, and we have 2-person ones and 4-person ones. Pretty much, you know, the same type of vibe. It's just the 4-person one has 2 bedrooms with 2 different individuals in each, 4 people. And the 2-person suite is just 1 bedroom. With all our housing options, they all come with Wi-Fi, air conditioning, cable, heat that is included in your price that you pay. They have TV lounges, study lounges. There's laundry facilities in each of the each of the buildings, and then there's kitchens available in each building as well. You will not have a kitchen in your room, but you will have access to a kitchen in the building. So if you really want to cook one night or just bake cookies or whatever, you do have access to a kitchen in the room. And then of course with roommates, I know that's always a topic that people are interested in. You have complete reign over who your roommate is. As long as you pick typically before June, so like June 2021, you have a lot of options when it comes to roommates. If you know someone coming to university, you can choose them. We have a survey option. We have a lot of students who will go to our Facebook page, Class Of page, and they'll find roommates that way. Or, you know, they'll just get assigned one. But again, that it's completely up to you how you end up doing your roommate options. And then lastly, with housing, we do have living and learning communities. So if you want to live around other like-minded individuals, we have different living and learning communities. They're all listed on our website, but some, for example, are our quiet floor ones. So if you really value silence, we have a floor that's completely quiet. We have Live Active, which is for people interested in nutrition and fitness. We have a no judgment one. We have some based off of academics. We have an honors college living and learning community. We have a gamer one as well. So there's some different ones to kind of fit whatever your desire are. desires are. Of course, that's not a requirement, but it is an option for you if you're interested in it. And then far as meal plans, so again, we have a lot of different options when it comes to meal plans. We have 6 different dining facilities on campus. We have a traditional buffet style dining hall that has pretty much a variety of stuff all the time and fits any dietary needs. They always have vegan options, vegetarian options, gluten-free options. There's always a dessert option, which is my favorite. There's always a dessert bar, a cereal bar as well. But a lot of great things in there that you can, different varieties of food that change every single day. We have a mall food court style dining hall. So that has like different stations, whether there's a hoagie station, there's a pizza stromboli station, there's a burger, French fry, chicken finger station. And then they also have grab and go salads, soups, sandwiches, and sushi that's made fresh every day. We have Sono, which is like a Tex-Mex vibe. We have 2 different coffee shops on campus. We, of course, have our university Starbucks on campus, and then we also have our bakery as well. So a lot of different options, many different meal plans to fit whatever your desires, whatever your needs are when it comes to how much food you need throughout the week. Typical students will get 14 meals a week, $250 flex. The flex plans really covers places that don't take our meal plan, like Starbucks and things like that. You can use your flex dollars. We have 14 meals a week, 19 meals a week, and an unlimited plan for anybody living on campus. Again, that's broken down in, with our financial brochure that, you can easily access on our website. Eagle Dollars is our campus currency that you can use anywhere. You can use it at the bookstore. You can use it for laundry. You can use it even at some places in town. You can also use it for food. So that's a nice thing that we have as well. So with academics, I'm going to go through and kind of just talk a little bit about each college. I'm not going to hit every single major because we have 170 different majors, minors, concentrations, and certificates. So I don't want to keep you guys all night long. I know we have a limited amount of time. So I'm just going to hit some key things with different colleges. But of course, at the end, if you have questions about a specific major, or if you just want to put it in the chat and I'll try to cover it before the session's over, I would definitely do that for you. And if you are undecided, you can definitely come in undecided. And as you'll see, we have a lot of different options for you to choose from. So first, starting with our College of Arts and Sciences, of course, starting with the word art, we have a great visual and performing arts department where you can concentrate in different areas of graphic design, painting, drawing. We have 3D printing. We have a woodworking studio, a metalwork studio, a ceramic studio. Our theater program is awesome. You can do acting, musical, or technical directing, concentrations within the theater program as well. And, just some really great programs within that area. We have our communications department is underneath this college. Again, like I said, we have a state-of-the-art television studio as well as radio studio. And then, of course, with the sciences, Clarion has an amazing science facility that's really state-of-the-art on our campus. It's a $35 million facility. It's 90% laboratory. So any science or math or physics program that you're going to be taking is going to be very state-of-the-art. With our facility, we have some really great equipment. We are one of the very few schools that has a graduate level scanning electron microscope in Western Pennsylvania. It's a $2 million microscope. We also have a planetarium, one of the largest in Western Pennsylvania as well. And the great thing about this equipment is a lot of schools, larger schools might have this or something like it, but with going to a smaller school, you have access to it, and you have access to those resources and things like that, facilities early on in your program and throughout your program. It's not like you have to wait till your senior year to use our equipment. You have access to it. Again, with those class sizes being the size that they are, you really get to get your hands dirty with a lot of our programs, especially our programs like our environmental science programs and geology. They get their hands dirty because of our location. We have a lot of great outdoor areas for our students to do some really great research and opportunities like that. Of course, with science as well, we have our pre-professional program. So if you're interested in becoming a doctor, pre-med, pre-chiropractic, pre-dentistry, pre-pharmacy, pre-PA, pre-PT are all under this college as well, pre-vet as well. So A lot of great options within this. And one of the more unique ones I always like to mention is we also have astrophysics. That's kind of a unique program to Clarion. The College of Business Administration Information Sciences. So this is our business college as well as our computer science and information sciences. This college has the AACSB accreditation. It's a top business college accreditation that puts us in the top 10 business programs internationally. So it's a really highly accredited program. And for the state school price, you really can't beat our business college. They do a very good job, I think, of preparing our students to go out into the workforce. As you can see, they have a 96% job placement rate within the first year of graduation. And that's because a lot of the professional development that they immerse their students in throughout their 4 years. They have a great alumni mentoring program where they connect you with an alumni from the university, from your program. They do a lot of internship opportunities, even some abroad opportunities for their students. So they get a lot of outside the classroom experience within the College of Business. We also have a small business development center that our students work with, where they get to work with local businesses and get some experience with doing some business plans and financial plans with them as well. As you can see, we offer quite a bit when it comes to business programs at the bottom. A lot of our students within the business college will sometimes double major. They'll add minors because a lot of those majors are offered as minors as well. And that way they can really customize their program to make it really diversified when they go out into the workforce. So there's a lot of opportunities there, as well as some great grad programs like our accounting master's degree, as well as our 5-year MBA program. With computer science and information sciences, really great programs there. One of the awesome things about that, it's one of the very few programs that has 100% job placement rate within the first year of graduation. So they are very highly qualified individuals. They also have 100% paid internship rate, which is really cool within that college. So they're really, they have a lot of cool things going on there. And then a lot of our students from those programs end up doing our master's in data analytics as well. And then our College of Education, Health, and Human Services. So this is the last one. This is our largest college. Obviously, the college education is a huge piece of Clarion. That is our history. We started as a teaching school back in 1867, so we've been doing it for a very long time, and I think Clarion does it very well. We have pretty much anything you want to do in education, we offer at Clarion. We have early ed, mid-level, secondary, special education, dual certifications, as well as certified special ed pre-K all the way to 12th grade. And again, a very immersive experience within the College of Education. We actually get our students to shadow a classroom their first or second semester at Clarion. So we get you in a classroom very early on, and then from there you do student teaching, you do block, you do shadowing. We have a workshop on Main Street where our students work with local students with homework help and things like that. So there's a lot of opportunities there. With the College of Health and Human Services, we have a lot of great health and social work and human service type programs. One of them, top ones being nursing. We have all 5 levels of nursing. So we have the 2-year ASN program. We have the RN to BSN completion program that's offered online. We have the Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, which is offered on our main campus. We have the Master's of Science in Nursing. We also have the Doctorate in Nursing. So we have all 5 levels, and I know it's kind of far off to think about getting a doctorate degree right now, but it is something to just consider with our nursing program. And again, another great place that has an awesome facility with the stimulation lab. So very hands-on experience while you're on campus, and then your entire last year, you do all clinical rotations. So you get some good outside the classroom experience as well, working with actual patients. Speech pathology is another big program at Clarion. We have the undergrad as well as the graduate program, and newly, we also have a 5-year accelerated speech pathology and master's in speech pathology program as well. So that's a newer program, but it's doing very well at Clarion also. So some things to even make your experience even better academically. We have our honors program where students can participate in that. I'll share the requirements for that in I think the next slide. But you can be a part of that. There's some scholarship money available for that. There's some special classes that are offered to honors students, as well as they do a big research project, and then they get priority scheduling. So a nice perk for being a part of the honors college. Study abroad, research, and internships are a big piece of the Clarion experience. About 87% of our students participate in that. So there's many different opportunities when it comes to internships and outside the classroom experiences, which I really think are just priceless. Those are the things that are going to help you get a job. Those are things that are going to really enhance your academic as well as just your college experience all around. And we have students that'll do internships all over the place, not just at Clarion, but in many different areas. I did my internship back home in the Philly area when I was a student at Clarion. So there's a lot of opportunities to branch out as well. And then of course, study abroad. Definitely do that if you get a chance. That's my only regret with college, is that I didn't do study abroad. And we work with ISEP, the International Student Exchange Program. So we have affiliation with 250 schools around the world. So you can pretty much go anywhere of your choosing. Now with the application admissions, so the big piece of today, and while I'm talking, definitely make sure that you guys take a screenshot or write down the fee waiver code. That is just a thank you for being a part of tonight, so you don't have to worry about the $35 application fee. It is CLFIL21 down at the bottom. So with admissions, we are test optional for this year. As long as you have a 3.0 or higher, you do not have to submit test scores to be considered for admissions to Clarion. You will need test scores currently for our nursing program, as well as some of our pre-professional programs. If you're interested in going to one of their affiliated medical programs, you do have to submit test scores, and you have to submit test scores for our 5-year speech path accelerated program. But all of the programs at Clarion are test optional for this current year. Now, if you were lucky enough to take test scores or you plan on taking them, please still submit them. We will review them. It'll help strengthen your application, especially if you're below that 3.0. Also, with our scholarships, there's opportunity for a little bit of growth there as well if you submit test scores. But for a completed application currently, all we need is your high school transcript, your official high school's transcript. You can submit that anytime. We are technically rolling admissions, so you can apply at any time. We'll work with you throughout the year. However, we like to encourage students to get us everything by Thanksgiving. That is just a good timeline when it comes to housing, orientation, placement tests, scholarships, all that good stuff. It's just good to get things in earlier. But again, we will work with students well past that date, especially with this year. We know things are a little bit delayed, so we will work with you. The only program that does have a deadline is, again, the 5-year speech path program, the accelerated one, as well as the nursing program. You have to apply by December 15th. I encourage you to apply earlier than that. Those are 2 of our more competitive programs at Clarion. If you are a transfer student, definitely send over your college transcript, your official college transcript, and we'll do a credit evaluation form and help you out through that process. This is just a little bit more detailed information about being test optional for fall 2021. A lot of it I just mentioned, but definitely wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of that. The thing that's not on here is that currently we are going to be test optional for scholarship consideration. Like I said, it could strengthen your scholarship amount if you submit test scores, but it does not mean you won't get one if you don't have test scores. We are going to be awarding scholarships for students with strong academic scores without a test score. So cost, we have in-state and out-of-state. Assuming that most of you are out-of-state from New Jersey, you are looking at the $28,812 amount. That really is because we are a PA state school, so there are some tuition waivers for in-state students. That's really the difference in cost. However, the good news for you guys is that we do offer some additional amounts when it comes to scholarships for out-of-state students. So it could bring down that cost significantly if you are awarded a scholarship, because you'll automatically get an additional amount just for being out of state. So it does help out in that regard. Again, with that number though, it's a big number. I don't consider it cheap, but it is an affordable option for a lot of students. That does include everything. That's tuition, fees, meals, and housing. So the only thing not included in that price is books and a parking pass. We have many different ways that we assist students with covering that cost. Like I said, again, the big one is scholarships. We give out about $5 million a year in scholarships. You can go to clarion.edu/scholarships and research a few more of our scholarships outside of the merit-based ones, which I mentioned. We have some great endowed ones and some institutional scholarships that the criteria varies. It could be because you are from New Jersey. It could be because you are a nursing student. It could be because of many different things. So you can check that website out, and usually around December, I believe you can fill out the form there and start applying for those scholarships in addition to whatever merit-based award you are awarded. Of course, loans and grants, financial aid, you want to make sure you fill out your FAFSA, which just opened up for fall 2021, October 1st. So you can get started on that. And then, of course, have it in by May 1st, and make sure you add Clarion to it so we can get your estimated award letter. We like to send that out usually around the Christmas, New Year time. So as early as then, you can get a good estimate of your out-of-pocket cost and, start making those decisions and figure out what the best option is for you. So that's why it's always a benefit to get that stuff in a little bit earlier to us as well. And then next steps. So first, we would love to have you guys on campus, and we are having visitors on campus. We're doing individual appointments with families where you can tour campus as well as talk to an admissions counselor. We are doing a few smaller group events throughout the semester as well as some virtual events. So we have a virtual tour. We have a virtual Q&A as well on our virtual website. With current Clarion students, where you can hear from current students on campus as well. And then we also have a virtual tour. So if you want to check out campus, which is my background, so if you want to see it a little bit more detail, you can check out the virtual tour and really get to look in and out of the buildings as well. Applying to Clarion would be a great step for you guys as well, especially because you have that fee waiver code. The links at the bottom, clarion.edu/apply, is where you want to fill out the app. It does not take long. You don't need an essay or teacher recommendation letters to submit your app. Strongly recommended, but not required. So you can do that. And then lastly, once you decide that Clarion is your home for the fall, you can submit your admissions deposit. It's $100, and that's how we know you're coming. And that's really what gets the ball rolling when it comes to orientation, housing, placement tests, scheduling, all that good stuff once you submit that. So, and again, that link is clarion.edu/next steps. There's definitely a trend with our website links. So you can pretty much figure out anywhere you need to go with Clarion's website. But yeah, you could definitely check those out to get the ball kind of rolling with your admissions process. And then I'm the counselor that covers the entire state of New Jersey. So you can definitely use me as your resource. You can also reach out to admissions@clarion.edu if you have any general questions. That is my email. Not sure why it's showing up in blue, but it's ileonard@clarion.edu. So you can email me, or that is my work cell phone number. So you can call or text, whatever's easier for you, on 814-227-7330 if you have any questions. But I'm going to stop the share, and that way, if you guys do have any questions, I can answer those for you. I don't think we have any in the chat box now, but if you have any questions currently, I can definitely take care of those for you for the last few minutes of the presentation.
Okay, where did I go with the... I lost my page here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I want to thank all of you who showed up for this presentation by Isaac for Clarion, and encourage you to take the survey at the end so that we see how we did, how NJACAC and StriveScan did. And also you can sign up for more sessions at njacac.org/virtual fair, the same place where you can find a recording of this presentation by Isaac. Okay, so thank you again, Isaac, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, take care.
Have a good night, everyone.
Yeah, good night.